The hate is real. The hate is real, Kathy. I see you hating on us from a mile away, Kathy Engelbert. We all see it. You out here trying to find Caitlin Clark. You out here finding the one person who's actually bringing money into this league. What a joke. You're mad that the Indiana Fever are here right now. Y'all didn't expect us to get this far.
The WNBA just pulled the ultimate clown move, fining Caitlin Clark for absolutely nothing, like breathing too loud or tying her shoelaces too confidently. And just when you thought it couldn't get dumber, Sophie Cunningham comes storming in, ripping the lid off a hidden agenda that makes this whole league look like a circus tent missing the animals. Buckle up, because this isn't just a fine, it's a full-blown meltdown with popcorn-worthy drama you won't believe.
Well, the other day, of course, the Indiana Fever pulled off a big upset of the Atlanta Dream and are now going to the semifinals in the WNBA playoffs. And during that game, of course, well, one of the big jokes of really the whole season, not just that game, the whole season, especially when it comes to the WNBA and their officiating, is of course how atrocious it is. Whether it's just allowing players to get the ever-loving crap beat out of them, Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, the list goes on as they're on the bench.
The WNBA boardroom must be running on circus peanuts and broken logic, because they've managed to fine Caitlin Clark for literally existing. That's right, the golden child of women's basketball apparently committed the unforgivable crime of breathing too confidently on the court.
Sophie Cunningham exposing the whole league agenda. Exposing them. Caitlin Clark mocking them all on Twitter, all on Instagram, everywhere, because they are jokes. Indiana Fever advanced to round 2. Howdy. Howdy. I bet you wasn't expecting that one. We got Caitlin Clark straight up clowning the WNBA for fining her for being an excited teammate on the bench.
Maybe she blinked in the wrong direction, maybe she tied her shoe too aggressively, or maybe the WNBA just woke up and decided, you know what, let's remind people we're allergic to common sense. Fans were stunned. Not because Caitlin was fined, oh no, that's practically a hobby at this point, but because the league didn't even bother cooking up a fake excuse. No shoving, no trash talk, no sneaky elbow in the paint. Just fine. As if someone misplaced the league's dignity and thought, let's take it out on Caitlin again, she's used to it. This is the same league that cries for attention every time the ratings dip. Yet when the one player actually bringing eyeballs shows up, they treat her like she's a trespasser at their exclusive club.
After the upset game the other day, Caitlin Clark made a post, about the referees not being able to stop them from winning this game. Right here. Refs couldn't stop us. Talking about the Indiana Fever. Elite bench mob. Yeah. Caitlin Clark said it. The refs couldn't stop them. They tried.
The irony? Without Caitlin, the WNBA would be holding games in middle school gyms with half-empty bleachers and a DJ still waiting for his paycheck. But here comes Sophie Cunningham, apparently fed up with this circus act, deciding it's time to rip the curtain off the league's not-so-secret agenda. And let's be real, Sophie didn't just expose the agenda. She practically printed it out in big, bold letters and stapled it to the commissioner's forehead.
Says, got fined $200 for this. The bench mob will be even more rowdy tomorrow. Let's go at Indiana Fever. This was an Instagram comment, it looked like, where it's from game 2, and she notes that the refs couldn't stop us. Elite bench mob said they're going to be even more rowdy tomorrow. Caitlin Clark doesn't care about a $200 fine. I can't believe that a little, joke comment that the refs couldn't stop us got her fined. That's funny, man.
The hidden strategy? It's not really hidden at all. The WNBA has been on a kamikaze mission to sabotage its own success. They don't like Caitlin Clark because she's too good, too marketable, too magnetic. She's pulling in sponsors, fans, and attention that the league never knew what to do with. Instead of embracing it, they treat her like a problem. It's like finally getting handed a winning lottery ticket and then setting it on fire because you're mad it didn't come in your favorite color.
Looks like Caitlin Clark is going to have to pay up after some questionable comments she made on Instagram. With the Indiana Fever going against the Atlanta Dream in the playoffs, after Tuesday night's win, Caitlin definitely made some questionable comments on Instagram, referring to the refs couldn't stop us, and also around the elite bench mob. So with those comments, the WNBA decided to fine Caitlin Clark a $200 fine, which in the grand scheme of things for Caitlin, with not only her salary, but also all those endorsement deals, I think that she'll be able to take care of that just fine.
Sophie pointing this out is deliciously ironic because she's not just calling out the obvious favoritism and petty politics. She's basically saying, hey, geniuses, maybe stop biting the hand that feeds you. Of course, the WNBA Brain Trust doesn't want to hear that. They'd rather double down, fine Caitlin again next week for blinking at the scoreboard, and then wonder why nobody outside of diehard Twitter accounts is watching. Let's put this in perspective. Other leagues bend over backward to protect their stars. The NBA pampers LeBron like he's made of porcelain and keeps highlight reels ready to blast across social media. The NFL guards its quarterbacks like national treasures. Meanwhile, the WNBA is out here acting like Caitlin Clark is a rogue intern sneaking into the office, slapping her with fines like parking tickets just for showing up.
Well, Caitlin Clark got fined, folks. Yeah, I can't believe this is real. Right here, Caitlin Clark said she was fined $200 for commenting, quote, refs couldn't stop us, on Instagram following the Fever's Game 2 win.
The hypocrisy is laughable. When other players get physical or run their mouths, it's framed as passion and competitive spirit. But when Caitlin so much as breathes within 3 feet of a defender, suddenly it's a fine-worthy scandal. Sophie calling this out only confirms what fans have been screaming. The league is so obsessed with protecting its fragile hierarchy that it's willing to look like a clown show on national television. And let's not ignore the comedy of timing. The WNBA desperately wants to be seen as progressive and inclusive, yet it seems allergic to the idea of one player becoming a genuine superstar. Instead of capitalizing on Caitlin's draw, they're busy manufacturing drama to keep her in her place. It's high school cafeteria politics dressed up in professional jerseys.
WNBA definitely got to play these women more. You got to pay these women more, because what the hell? It's a $200 fine. This picture right here is giving me Mom Made Pizza Rolls vibes. Mom Made Pizza Rolls and everybody. Ah! Caitlin Clark was fined $200 for her comments she left on the IG post. She said refs couldn't stop us, meaning they advanced to the next round despite the refs trying to throw them a curveball every game, despite having to play against the refs. And the league said, "Oh hell nah, you gotta run me that 200."
Sophie exposing this makes it even juicier. Because she's not some random commentator. She's in the league. She knows how the sausage gets made. And when an insider blows the whistle, it's basically the equivalent of the magician's assistant yelling, "Yeah, the rabbit was in the hat the whole time. This guy's a fraud." Once you hear it, you can't unsee it. And fans? They're eating this up. Every fine, every petty decision, every agenda exposed just reinforces the narrative that the WNBA is run by people who couldn't manage a lemonade stand. Imagine turning Caitlin Clark into your villain when she's the one dragging your product into relevance. That's like Netflix deciding to cancel its most popular show because the actors were too likable.
We're in the playoffs, emotions are high, and we just saw a police officer confront Fever players for standing up. So Odyssey Sims is down, holding her head. So Fever players walk towards the halfway line. They're not crossing the halfway line. They're absolutely not crossing the halfway line. And security goes and pulls up and tells them to leave. They are not moving. They are not moving. And You can question whether or not, players should be allowed onto the floor. But at the end of the day, they are 20 feet from any of the action.
The optics are brutal. You've got Caitlyn, who can barely sneeze without a camera crew following her, treated like she's some rogue outsider. You've got Sophie, essentially saying out loud what everyone's whispering. And then you've got the league, doubling down on the idea that punishing its brightest star somehow creates fairness. The only thing fair here is how evenly they're distributing embarrassment across their brand. Every time they pull this stunt, it becomes clearer that Caitlyn isn't just playing basketball, she's starring in a soap opera she never asked to join. And Sophie exposing the script just confirms that it's less about basketball and more about egos, grudges, and the league's obsession with keeping the spotlight balanced, even if it means dimming the only bulb still shining.
Hi, I'm Stephanie White, head coach of the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark, and I'm a complete clown! I'm a clown! That is what I am as a head coach. I am a clown. I am ruining Caitlin Clark. I have no idea what I'm doing as a coach. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've been sent here on a mission to ruin Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. And I think I'm doing a masterful job because I suck. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I actually have no idea how I got this job in the first place.
And here's the kicker. The more they find Caitlyn, the more powerful she becomes. The fines aren't weakening her. They're fueling her legend. Fans are turning her into a folk hero, the underdog superstar battling not just defenders, but the league itself. Sophie spilling the tea only accelerates it, painting Caitlyn as the player the WNBA doesn't deserve but desperately needs. The whole situation is so absurd it's comical. A league crying for respect, treating its most marketable player like a nuisance, while insiders like Sophie wave red flags about the sabotage happening behind the scenes. Instead of plotting how to grow the game, the WNBA is busy hosting its own reality show called How to Trip Over Your Own Feet in Public.
What the hell is $200? $200 that's like a parking ticket or something. They getting fined parking tickets and goddamn. So like this is the type of fine you go pay in cash. Like, let me see if I got $200 in my goddamn pocket. Let me check my wallet. This ain't something you gotta, know what I'm saying, do a ACH payment for, a wire payment for. You just can walk down to the league and say, here you go, and just throw the money in their face. You just throw the money in their face like how T.I. did on ATL. Here go your goddamn money. Here go your goddamn $200. Cause $200? Really? $200 motherfucking dollars? You might as well didn't even fine her. You might as well just didn't even fine her for that. Cause WNBA, do better.
So here we are, Caitlyn fined for existing, Sophie Cunningham airing out the league's dirty laundry, and fans watching this slow-motion train wreck with popcorn in hand. The hidden agenda isn't even hidden anymore. It's plastered across every headline, every interview, every petty punishment. If the WNBA wanted to make itself look like a clown show, congratulations, they've nailed it. But the real punchline? Every time they try to dim Caitlyn's shine, they just end up making her brighter. And thanks to Sophie pulling back the curtain, we now know exactly who's fumbling the spotlight. This isn't just a fine. This is the league's ongoing audition for the world's least self-aware circus. And at this point, the only ones not laughing are the people in charge.